Welcome to Diversity Conversations, where we engage in thought-provoking dialogue to identify leadership solutions to today's most challenging conflicts. Streamed live each week, Saturday 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Hosted by Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Strategist and CEOs Eric Ellis and Tommie Lewis. Join us and add your voice to this engaging diversity conversation.
Good morning, greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, the United States, and the world. My name is Eric Ellis. I'm the president and CEO of Integrity Development Corporation, and I'm joined this morning by my good friend and brother,
Tommie Lewis, president and CEO of Make It Plain Consulting. Good morning, Eric.
What up, T? What up, baby? What up? What up? What up?
Oh, we're outside. We're outside.
Yes, we are, community. We are outside because Tommie Lewis and Eric Ellis are in a golf tournament this morning.
Yes, sir. Golf tournament that we're going to calm down.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And we're going to play our game.
That's exactly right.
And don't get outside of ourselves.
Woo! So that's the strategy for today. Tommie, let's start with the Bengals, man. What about the Cincinnati Bengals?
Cincinnati Bengals have been on a skid.
Losing
skid.
Right. High school ball.
High school. Right? We had the local high school said, we'll get out there and warm them up a little bit. But this past Thursday night, typically, Eric, on national TV, if it's Monday night, if it's Sunday evening night where there's only another competing game, or in case it's the Thursday night, the Bengals have not historically done well. They came out in their all white.
Right. The whole stadium looked good. They came out in their all white. We got a new quarterback's been in there just a few days.
Spinning the rock.
Spinning the rock, man.
And went and got away with the win. I wouldn't say got away with the win. They earned a win.
Yes, they did, Tommie.
They beat a formidable Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who always bully us.
Always.
Pittsburgh Steelers always come here and bully us. I remember the time we bullied them. Then we got all them penalties, remember?
We did.
When Perfect?
Yep.
And so they just come in here and bully us. They were the hottest thing in the NFL. Everybody's feeling good. We're the coldest thing in the NFL. The game started 7-0. Then it went to 14-0, but they had a penalty, 10-0. And we thought, here we go again. And I don't know about you, Tommie, but the game before Flacco got here, people came with their bags.
Yep.
I said, we going back to bags?
Yeah. Bags over the head. Those are the old days, the 80s days, the 90s days. For those who are less familiar with this part of the country, Cincinnati obviously is in Ohio. It's only a few hours, 4.5 hours from Cleveland, and only about 5 hours from Pittsburgh, right? It's not far at all, 5-6 hours tops, right? But the Pittsburgh Steelers fans travel well, not only in this region, but across the nation. And so as Eric is talking about, the Pittsburgh Steelers kind of bullying the Cincinnati Bengals, it wasn't only on the football field.
The fans
it was in the fans.
Oh, Lord, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the fans would show up and like
get out of the city. Get out of your own city. What? I got to go home.
And we would be Cincinnati polite. Yes, ma'am.
Skidding out of there, out of the parking lot with a loss. Yeah, it's horrible.
But not this time.
Not this time. And I'll tell you what, man. Flacco showed up and Chase and them showed out. Chase caught a record-setting 16 passes, man.
Yep.
And the defense looked good.
Yep.
Man, who's that boy on the defense, man, that got that crazy interception?
I forget his name, but he looked good.
Goodness.
The defense showed up. The offense showed up. The special team, Turner shows up.
Yeah.
Hey, obviously, Eric, we watch a lot of sports. We play sports. We played sports.
Absolutely.
And sports is a great teacher of life.
Right. And that's a part of what we're going to do today. But I'll tell you the other thing is sports bring people together. They bring communities together. People aren't talking politics. They're not thinking about each other's differences. All they're doing is out there in their white outfits, drunk at halftime, trying to get a win. And I'll tell you what, man, we were inspired. That was a game for the ages, wasn't it?
Oh, it was.
Two 40-year-old quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers is 41, Flacco's 40, and they went out there and taught them young boys a thing or two.
Yeah, sometimes wisdom overwhelms youthfulness and experience. wisdom and experience.
Right.
So work together, Eric, and we were working with individuals. It's not what we do. Sometimes that blocking and tackling.
Right.
Some other folks may be able to do it as well, in some cases do it better.
Right.
But what differentiates us from the others is the X's and O's, the content, the curriculum, the product,
right,
and then us, our how. So wisdom, the Flacco wisdom, right? The Rodgers wisdom,
right?
Stay cool. You
Right.
watch them
Right.
on the sidelines during the football game.
Right.
We're at work.
Right. And these quarterbacks respect each other. They're good friends. And I'll tell you something. So today we're going to talk about the theme of, because we're out here at a golf tournament, don't define yourself by the score. And I'll and to bring that back to the Bengals, we're coming down. The time is going down. Aaron Rodgers has moved his team down the field. They got a touchdown. They're up. Now we've got the ball. We're trying to march down the field. And when you looked into the eyes of Aaron Rodgers and the eyes of Flacco, what you see is that we're busy. There was nothing that I'm not going to get this done.
No.
And so Flacco marches it down the field. We got a minute and something left. He hits Higgins. Higgins could run in for the touchdown, but he didn't define himself by his score, and he slid down. He slid down, didn't go into the end zone, because he knew that he didn't want to leave any time on the clock for the Steelers to come back and win the game. And so the Bengals just piddled around, patted around, dink, dunk, this and that, until there were seconds left on the clock. They bring in Money Mac.
Yep.
And he kicks a field goal. We go up by 2. But here's the crazy part about it. With 7 seconds left in the game, Aaron Rodgers shows almost a 70-yard pass.
Oh, it was 70 yards.
And everybody was holding their breath like, what? Is they about to win like with 7 seconds left?
And for real, Eric, if Metcalf would have raised his hand, a 41-year-old quarterback, been in the league for a number of years, and he chucks the ball 70 yards in the air. I'm not talking about 40 yards.
No.
I'm not talking about
No.
a little lobber.
He reared back and
just
gunned
launched it, right? And so, again, we're not going to measure ourselves by our score. Right. Good morning, world. I want to remind you to like and subscribe, as we do every time. That keeps you coming back. That keeps us acknowledging you. But thank you for joining us this morning as well.
Right. Now, Lydia, go ahead and bring up our slides. And so we want to talk about the theme of not defining yourself by the score. In other words, there's so much made in life of victories. Everybody's focused on winning and victories. And so often we miss the lessons that can be learned by losses and in defeat. Tommie, Lewis, and I are going out here today to put up our lowest numbers. That's our objective today, is to try to score the lowest score that we can. But if we don't, we've said often that I learned something. I'll tell you that golf can be an expensive game depending on where you're playing. But I'll tell you that an insight gained from a round of golf is worth every penny of what you paid to play the round.
Absolutely. So those insights will it informs you how, in golf and in life, those insights informs you, one, that golf is an introspective sport, right? That however you feel, wherever your mind is, Eric, it will show up on the golf course.
Right.
And so if your mind is not focused at times, the little white ball or yellow ball that I play with, if it's not focused on the dimple, right, you go left, right, up, down, water, trees, and everything else.
Right.
And so here's an opportunity for us to be self-reflective and really think about what's important for the moment.
Right.
And the score will
take care of itself.
It will take care of itself, Eric. It will take care of itself.
And that's the point that we want to make. And so if we look at Tiger Woods here, Tiger was all about scoring. Tiger was phenomenal. He was our hero. but he cannot any longer define himself by his score because he may not be able to play golf again. He's got to look at the rest of the game.
Well, that's a great point, Eric, because I think that even in Tiger's heyday, which was a long period of time, it wasn't a heyday, it was a hey decade or two.
Right.
I believe that other people also measured Tiger based on his score. In other words, there were times in his heyday where Tiger was so far ahead of the other golfers, as they say, ahead of the field. He was so far ahead of the field that folks said, okay, if the field is getting closer to Tiger, he must be diminishing. He must be diminishing. Not that the field is getting better, focus, but he must be diminishing. And so that's something to think about as we think, how are we defining ourselves?
Right. Tiger said that there's no such thing as a good shot, a bad shot, a hard shot, an easy shot. It's just a shot, and they all count. And so we've got to look at life and say, I don't want to define myself by the score. Every swing at that ball of life counts. And what Tommie and I recognize is that there's so much more of life. Right now, you see us, we're at the golf course. Out here, beauty everywhere. There's green grass, the trees, the greenery there. The sun is coming up. I mean, Tommie, look at those clouds and the sun coming up. I mean, it's just it's a gorgeous morning. And so it would be a tremendous mistake for us to be out here simply defining ourselves by what score we turn in at the end of the day. Let's go to the first point that we have. And the first point, Tommie, is sort of play the long game. So when you think about playing the long game, what does that mean to you, Tommie, in life? Not just looking at what's happening today, but sort of preparing for the long game in life.
I mean, you said it well, Eric, and I really appreciate and have learned to appreciate playing the long game, which is there are certain moments in the day, in the week, in the month, in the quarter, or even in the year that can be completely emotionally hijacking. That moment can shift my mind in a negative spiral, right? That then turns to negatively impact the next day, the next week, the next quarter. But when we're playing the long game, there's a longer objective, a longer goal. And so now we look at that one moment as one stroke. One stroke in a series of strokes. Right. And so in life, it's okay, what does a full life look like? Not just this year, at the age of 25 or 35 or 55 or 75, but over the course of the life. I believe, and what I've done is I've been around folks like you, other folks that have said, smell the roses and look into the horizon. And the horizon will soon become the now as we progress. So playing the long game, Eric, is one that kind of rejects being consumed about the moment, but appreciating the moment as a teachable moment or a learnable moment.
Every bogey is a lesson, is teaching for the next shot. And so we want to encourage you to define yourself not by a single outcome, but success comes from consistency, resilience, and adjusting over time. Tommie, what kind of adjustment?
I play with speed. I don't have to overthink what I think. As an athlete, I feel how my swing historically had been in baseball. And I play baseball very well. I had a very fast bat.
Like smoking balls.
105 miles per hour at the high. Yeah, I can get it. 100 miles, I can get it.
Wow.
In high school, we had fast pitchers at 93. I could get it. You would not throw a fastball by me. That had translated over to my.
Hold on, Tommie. Say it. See, I want to hear Tommie say that again, because a lot of people out there might not love hearing somebody who was a master at something. How you doing? Hey, Tommie, say that again, man.
So I mean,
You said he weren't gonna get a fastball by you. Huh?
not at all.
Say it again.
My bat speed and my hand-eye coordination literally prevented pitchers. Right, I would make adjustments for fast. I would make adjustments in the box.
Right.
In some cases, you were not going to get me. Right. And I can hit a curve, a sinker, and all that good stuff.
Right.
And so that translated over to my golf swing, Eric, that it was fast.
Right.
The adjustment, right, the 6-inch adjustment or the 12-inch adjustment that I'm making now, is slowing down my swing. Right. Slowing down my swing. And slowing down my swing for me, Eric, first begins with my mental. Taking my breaths. Right. I know my stance is right. Yep. Bring my my club back. Right. And let the club head do the work. Right. That's what I'm doing in my adjustment.
So I'm going to tag on to that as well. So I've been utilizing Chat GPT a lot, Tommie, as part of my golf instruction team. So I was asking Chat about a pre-shot routine. And it gave me a number of things. It said, hey, you want me to put that in the form of like a little handout that you can just carry around with? Yeah, thank you. So I read all the things that it said. It said, pick out a target. It said, then get you an intermediate target. Then put your club, line it up, and then step into the shot and line yourself. But what it said that caught my attention, Tommie, was it said tempo is significant. Make sure that you're only swinging about 80%, because if you're swinging faster, that you lose your balance and you're not going to hit the ball as far. Tommie, you know, we've said this, we know it, but when Chat said it again, the next time I played over Beckett, man, I intentionally slowed my swing down even more, Tommie, and I hit balls further than I've ever hit them.
That's very interesting, Eric, because golf is the law of opposites.
Yeah,
right. You swing down on the ball, it goes up. You swing up on the ball, it goes down. And so what I hear you saying is that instead of swinging 100%, as we call it, swinging out of your shoes, pare that back to 80%, and the ball may very well go as far, if not further, than it would at 100%. That is interesting. Right. That's a long game.
Right. And so in life, I'd say this too, in your relationships with people, play the long game. Too often we are caught up in the emotions of the moment. We're arguing with people today. We're saying things that if we had time to think about it, Tommie, we wouldn't do. And so we've got to think about the long game in our relationships. What's tomorrow going to be like after I say what I'm trying to say? What's next week going to be like? What's this relationship look like if I just act a fool? What does it look like if I use honor? What if I lose this round? What if I lose this argument? What does that do for the long game in our relationship? And I'm going to say to you, community, that too often we are out here playing the short game that is compelled and moved by our emotions and not really thinking about the long game.
Just want to make an acknowledgement. We are on a golf course, and there is etiquette on the golf course. That's right. And so when golfers are on the tee box, the etiquette is to be more silent, if not quiet. Right. So we'll continue to show, but just like if you watch golf, you hear the broadcasters whispering a little bit. So we'll whisper a little bit to give respect to the golfers, because we respect the game.
That's exactly.
In fact, if we bring up our screen, Lydia, our slides, we can go to the next item of discussion, which is, Eric, respect the course. Respect the course.
Ooh,
I love this, Eric.
Right.
When I saw this, and you'll obviously chime in, but I say respect the course because the course is what it is. The golf courses are designed to have challenges, to have opportunities that you can easily or more easily succeed, right? But it is the course. Everyone plays the same course, right? I like to connect that with respect life as well. Life will life. It will be there. It will do that.
Right.
And so sometimes as a golfer on the golf course, we believe that we are defeating the course But in reality, we're just working against our own tendencies to want to overachieve or play outside of ourselves or do too much. In other words, when we respect the course, we can't control the wind,
right,
the slope of the course,
right,
or the rough.
right,
That's the high grass.
right,
And only we just play them.
right,
That's good insight.
right. And so I remember, Tommie, remember that little course we went to? And I looked at this course and I'm thinking, I'm about to whoop this course's butt today. It's wide open, Tommie. Ain't no trees nowhere, bro. I'm about
Nowhere.
to go low. I'm going low today. I didn't say it out loud. You know, it didn't seem to matter, though. The golf guy said, oh, he's disrespecting the golf course. Go get him.
We hear him whispering that confidence.
Yeah, I'm about to go low today. Let's see. Anybody want to bet something? Man, that little course ate me up. I couldn't find half my balls. I mean, and life can be like that.
Yep.
You show up overconfident. I remember, I'm going to tell the story again. I was in college. My brother asked me to come sing at Central State University. I was singing a Stevie Wonder song. And I had my Jerry curl, had my little terry cloth jacket on. And it's the first time I had been singing in an all-black audience. And the young women started screaming, he sounds just like Stevie Wonder. I break down on one knee, Tommie.
Yes, sir.
I'm about to kill him right now. Man, my voice started cracking. And I felt like it was forever. It was a gong show. They didn't gong me. But man, I was embarrassed. And I know that God was giving me this experience as a lesson for a lifetime, that you have to respect what it is you have to do, because without God, you are nothing. And so I went backstage, man. I didn't even want to come back. My brother came back there and got me like, Eric, man, why are you still back here? He said, that was good, but what happened on that one part?
Yeah.
And that's what everybody said to me across campus. But I'm saying to you that never find yourself in a state of mind or a place where you don't respect people, you don't respect what you have to do, you don't respect your job, even bad bosses. Respect is something not just for others. Respect is something for you. It establishes something inside of you that makes you a better person to work with.
Yeah. Eric, I love what the life lesson of respect the course says. It says competing well means respecting the conditions and constraints around you, your colleagues, systems, and environments. It says adaptation is part of mastery. I love it. Let's go to the third point.
Okay. Third point, focus on your swing and not on others around you. So I called my brother up, Wendell, and I said, Wendell, I'm getting closer because my balls are starting to head towards targets. You see a picture of me there. I was just at the driving range yesterday. And Tommie, if you could see it clearly, which we can't out here with all the light, I'm trying to turn my full shoulder. So for me, I am focused on my swing and trying to learn as much as I can about the swing. I'm so ate up by golf, man. I'm still dreaming about it, Tommie. I wake up thinking about tight back elbow, front arm, turning the shoulder. And I'm finding that all those little details, as you ingrain them, they make a difference. But in life, where you're working, your career, everything's about you. Work on you and yourself. Don't try to focus on other people. We've got to really look at how can we improve upon the things that God has given us. The more time and energy that we pour into that, we get results as a result. Well, I saw this in Tommie Lewis. Last week, he ain't even gonna say it. Last week, he won the whole thing in our club. Won all the money. Tommie Lewis got all the money last week. And why? Because he's been working on his swing. And I tell you what, the beauty, I'm going to say this, Tommie, then I'm going to let you jump in. The beauty of we got West Club shirts on. We're part of a club called the West Club. The beauty of being in a West Club, there's a lot of good brothers.
Yes.
And we played with two good brothers last week, and they were just praising Tommie and I, but they were especially so thrilled to play with Tommie and to see the kind of performance that he was able to deliver. Tommie, how did that feel?
It felt great, Eric. The greatness was, one, I respect the people who are giving me the compliment.
That's right.
You know,
They're masters.
with great humility.
Right.
Like,
that's right.
I don't necessarily know what you see in me, but you're sharing with me,
Right.
because you don't know how I see you.
Right.
Right. So I felt that mutual respect.
Right.
And the other was confidence is interesting. Right. So as they were sharing the compliments and pouring into me,
Right.
they don't know that I was
better.
I was bigging up. Right, Eric? I was bigging up. Right.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to take this into the
Right.
tournament. I'm going
Right.
to take this.
That's right.
It was just phenomenal.
Right. It was a beautiful thing. So much comes out of focusing on your swing in life. There's too often, you know what? I tell you one of the things, Tommie, that I've learned lately, that I don't like people that just start ripping into others.
Right.
People that just start randomly dogging people. I feel uncomfortable around that. And when you lean over and think you're just gonna dog somebody, I mean, it's random dogging people out. I just don't like that thing. We all talk about people because we're human. But I'm just saying, when you just randomly take shots at others, I think there's just so much work that we have to do on ourselves.
You know, again, point 3 is before we move on, again, focus on your swing and not other scores.
Right.
And so if you are focusing on where you are in your life, where you are in your career, where you are in your own development and progress, it does not matter when you look over at another player and you see that where they are and they may appear to be in a better place, have a lower score in golf or a better swing. But there's always context with everything.
That's good, Tom.
So we're saying focus on your own swing and your own present and now, and your score, your wins will come.
Right. I had one last thing to that. I was playing with a guy one time, Tommie, and we were out there playing, and he wasn't very good, but he was very competitive. So in golf, everybody keeps their own score. And then if you're writing it down, you just ask them and they'll tell you the score. So I was playing with him. We're on a par 4, Tommie. He hit the ball at least 9 times. And he told me 6.
That math wasn't mathing.
I said 6. He said 6. I said, okay. I just wrote it down because my job was not to focus on his score. It was to focus on my swing. And at the end of the round, we're not playing for no money. Whatever number he got, if he good with it, I'll give him the card so he can frame it. Put all them lines all over it.
I love what you just said, Eric.
Because don't matter.
You said your job was not to focus on his score,
No.
but to focus on your swing.
Absolutely. Let's
Well
go to the
said.
next point. Point number 4, Tommie, is celebrate good shots, yours and theirs. That's one of the blessings. I'm going to tell you this, community. That's one of the blessings of Tommie and I playing together often, is that we get 2 shots at celebrations. And that paid.
Yes, sir.
Agony. When he hits one of the trees that way, I hit one of the trees that way. Agony. But when we hit great shots, we're going to hit a lot of great shots today, Tommie. We're going to speak into the atmosphere. But when we hit great shots, I am not simply happy when I hit a good shot. I'm so grateful when Tommie hits one because I know how that makes us feel.
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
I know how
Eric.
it makes me feel.
Exactly.
So when I see you do something great, I say, so even if I flubbed it up, I get a second bite at the apple if Tommie hits a great shot. And so that's just the character that I want to take around in life, a character that says that I'm not just about celebrating my victories. I believe, Tommie, that as God blesses others, that's just setting the stage for me to be blessed. And I think that a part of those blessings are tied into our character and how we look at people and how we celebrate. I find that there are some people that don't do a good job of celebrating other people's successes.
That's unfortunate, Eric, because as you were speaking, Eric, I was thinking, I wonder why I feel so elated when you or others that I'm playing with hits a good shot, etc. And I know where it comes from. It comes from my years playing sports. So playing basketball, baseball, football.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take football.
Mm-hmm.
When my running back, and I play quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
when my running back
Okay.
or my wide receiver scored a touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
we scored.
Right.
Sure, my running back ran it in,
Right.
be it 1 yard or 99 yards.
Right.
But we scored.
Right.
I was just as elated
Mm-hmm.
that he scored because I said we scored. In golf, I know this now, Eric, that I work hard to play golf. It's not easy. And so when I am playing with someone and I see them set up, go through their particular
Mm-hmm.
routine,
Mm-hmm.
as I do,
Right.
go through their swing,
Right.
make contact as I try to, the ball goes in the direction that they want it to,
Right.
as I'm trying to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes in the hole. There's a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm winning.
Right.
I can visualize my performance in their performance,
Mm-hmm.
and so when they hit a good shot, I can too, right? Not just I can, but that's a good shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Particularly, Eric, if it's an elusive shot for me.
Right.
When I
Right.
see it
It's
done,
a difficult shot. Right.
and I'm like,
right.
I'm talking about a 40-yard or 50-yard, 60-yard chip in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jumping for joy, like,
Right. Right. Right.
right,
Right.
wait
Right.
until I see a hole in one.
Right. 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 Now, Tommie saw one of my shots go in.
Yep.
But I'll tell you the thing that I love that when Tommie and I are playing together, I've seen Tommie out there with this flop shot. Call it. It's one thing to hit a lucky shot. It's another thing to call it. In other words, you perform something that you were working on. Man, that just feels great.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next point. Or is there anything else you want to add on that one?
No, that's it. We go to the next point. Point number 5.
Okay.
Right.
Point number 5, recover gracefully from the rough. So in other words, here's how golf works. You have to focus on the shot that's here and now. You can't cry about the last shot that you missed. You can't celebrate the last shot that you hit well. You have to focus on the shot that's in the here and now. And you have to be sort of recover gracefully from being in the rough. Now, I'll tell you something, Tommie, as I've looked at the Golf Channel, we play out of the rough like it's no big deal. We don't think about it a lot. Man, I listen to the Golf Channel. So oh, he's in the rough. I don't think he can see the ball. This is going to be tough. And you're like, what? These are pros.
If it's tough for them, no chance for me.
Right.
None.
Right. And so, but it allowed me to have a lot more respect for the rough. So this point is saying when you're in life, let's move it from golf. When you're in the rough in life, when you're going through tough times in life, when you find yourself having made missteps in life, you have to find ways to recover gracefully. There's a sloppy way to try to recover.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes no recovery at all. You just kind of stay in the rough. Tommie, have you seen people that look like they just are living life in the rough?
Well, I'm going to give a real life direct example right here, folks. So in training,
right,
sometimes we're training people of different backgrounds, experiences, industries.
Mm-hmm.
In the education industry, many folks, not many, I shouldn't say that. There are some folks who, when you present a slide, and we'll bring our slide back up, Lydia. When you present a slide, and if there's a typo, they stick with the typo.
Oh, right.
So the real life experience here, when Eric brought up our topic, recover gracefully from the rough, some of you saw something different on the screen. You saw keep an honest score. My question is, did you continue to listen to Eric, or were you stuck on, wait a minute, Eric says something different, but on the screen, the slide says keep an honest score. Mm-hmm. What are you focusing on? Do you focus on the error or the mistake or the misstep? Or do you focus on what is to be taught and or learned? What I do in golf, Eric, is I make a lot of errors. I put a number of balls in the water. I put balls in trees. I put golf balls in other people's yards. but I don't focus on that negative. If it is to go in someone's yard, I am apologetic, but I don't say, you know what, if they were to move their house away from this golf course, then I wouldn't put my balls in their golf course, in their yard. What are you focusing on? Again, recovering gracefully from the rough is when times get tough. Do you recover? Life's lesson, mistakes, failures, and setbacks are built into the process.
Right.
So we'll go to the next one.
That's right. So keep an honest score. Now I'll tell you, this is an important one. I talked about the guy I was playing with that got a 9. He said he had a 6. I wrote it down. Here's what our point that we want to make here is compete fiercely, but never at the cost of honesty or ethics. Now, the name of my business is Integrity Development.
Yes, sir.
I remember when I called it Integrity Development in 1990. And I was thinking, I was excited till it came back to me in the mail. And then I was like, oh, man, why did I call my company Integrity Development? Everybody's going to expect me to be perfect. And I felt like what God was saying to me at that point, which is still true today, Tommie, is that integrity is not an eternal resting place. It's a destination that you're going after. And so if you fall down in your integrity, you get up, you dust yourself off, and you head again towards integrity. So a lot of times this whole notion of keep an honest score, I'm going to tell you, that's not just for other people. Right. That's for all of us. I mean, golf is a tough game, man. And people want to compete. And sometimes if we are wondering, if the numbers start getting too big, I start asking questions out loud. What was that, Tommie? A 6 or 7?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Tommie would say 6 so I can write it down. I kind of know it was a 7, but it's challenging because you have a score, people's impressions about you. All of that is there up against what really happened. Sometimes I'm excited to be honest and say, hey, 8. And I'll say it with a bass voice. 8. That's what I got. But on other times, man, it's not as easy, Tommie. I mean, that's just what life is.
Eric, I would tell you that in community also, if you are golfing with a person or a number of people and they consistently and habitually are lying about their score.
Right.
They're not honest with their score. They are not honest alone on the course.
Right.
They are also possibly dishonest in other phases of their life. I know people, or maybe I don't, I see them on TV that I've heard they lie on the golf course. And then I've seen them lie on television. Right. So if they're on a golf course, they may have hit the ball 9 times. That was a 6.
Right.
They may have hit it 10 times. That was a 5. You're not hurting me.
Right.
With lying or your dishonesty about your score.
Right.
But then when it shows up in your character in engaging with the whole of humanity, now it's hurting me.
Right.
Your lies and dishonesty. So we're saying, community, be honest with your score.
Right.
Be honest with where you are now.
Right.
And work toward, if that's your choice, to get better.
Right.
And what I do is I surround myself with people who are working to get better.
Right.
So that it holds me accountable.
Right. I was playing in a tournament. Tommie knows the story. I was playing in a tournament, and a couple years ago, I had I had 2 bad knees. I'm in a tournament. I'm walking like a 10-man in Indianapolis. I shot a 46 on the front 9, and I thought I'm headed toward 100. But there was a guy in this tournament. He was from another state, and he got on his phone while everybody was putting on the green. Now, that's not how you're supposed to play golf. You're supposed to show respect to others. So I shared with him. I said, hey, man, you might want to watch being on the phone while other people are on the green. He said, you talking to me? I said, yeah. And so he just, and so the next hole, he was putting, and I was walking around, and he looked over at me like, give me the evil eye. I'm like, is this for what I said to you? Yeah, people, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. I said, hold up, man. Let me make it clear to you. I said, I don't care what you do when I'm golfing. Nothing you can do throws me off. I mean, Tommie, we play big sports, man, when they're talking trash.
Oh, yeah.
So golf, when people trying to hit the glove and make sounds like that stuff don't bother me at all. So I don't care who you talk to, bruh. I'm just trying to tell you for the other people. And so then when you say something crazy to me, I focus.
Yeah.
Now I start competing. Yeah. Even though I got 2 bad knees, I started dialing in, Tommie. Man, I started hitting balls right at the flag.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
because of his nasty character, that's what you were saying.
Yep.
He's now off in the woods. He's over in the brush. I mean, he was the guy that had the 9. You know, I mean, it was just like ridiculous in saying he had a 6. He eventually just at the end of the round, he got in his car and drove off. I shot a 34 on the back. I shot a 46 on the front, 34 on the back, 80, and made a lot of money because this guy character was all jacked up.
And some people may think that when there is ill character being exhibited, that others won't call it out.
Right.
Now, we can be respectful.
Right.
But in this story that you're sharing, Eric, there's, again, etiquette with golf.
Right.
And we are golfing.
Right.
And your poor etiquette is called out, and now your poor character is showing up.
And it then manifests itself in your performance.
Yeah, be out or be talked about. I don't know. Let's keep going, Eric.
Right.
Yeah.
Lydia, are there any comments that are being made by the community? Tommie and I can't see them today. So if you want to come on screen, if there's any comments that you want to just bring to our attention, we're open to that.
All right. Yeah. Bring humanity to competition. The empire seeks to keep us competitors from the right question. Right. That's good. That's good. You know, and thank you, community, always chiming in. Yes, everything has a purpose. There are not mistakes we get to decide. There are not mistakes, right? No mistakes we get to decide on.
Right.
Today I want to make a mistake that I learn on. No, connection before content helps make room or mistakes. The right question. Showing up today.
Excellent. We appreciate you all weighing in.
And then the last one here, Eric, at the end of the day, what's behind the lie is fear. That's it. At the end of the day, we need you all out here on our golf course today to be our caddies, to be our support, because I'm going to speak for myself here. Sometimes, Eric, when things are going left, when I make that first mistake and double down with another mistake, and it's just put together as a nice, strong series of mistakes. I get into my own head. But if there is another person that can either speak some confidence in me the way I needed to be spoken to, or give me a pointer, or simply share with me, here's the mistake you're making. Just call it out. Right? Don't judge me. Don't critique me. Right? Don't victimize me. But just saying, hey, I know you, and you're not doing you. Let me help you do you. And that was a term that we used, a phrase some time ago. Hey, do you. Right? And that's what we are saying to one another, community, that we are people of high integrity and character. We will make mistakes. We will make missteps. But let us get out of the rough, be honest and true to ourselves. Don't lie to ourselves, Eric, that I didn't make that mistake. That was her or him or them. No, we have to take accountability as well.
So Tommie and I both enjoy encouraging each other, reminding each other of who we really are. When we played a couple weeks ago with a couple of the old brothers at the West Club, it was the first time probably that I've heard somebody other than Tommie literally scream out, "Great shot, Eric!" And that kind of threw me. Because if we're not careful, we live in a world where people aren't always celebrating you. Some people might even be pulling against you. I would say that's not about you. That's about just how life sometimes has been beating them up.
We got a great opportunity here, Eric, for those who can see behind us. We have a gentleman coming up on the green. And that's what we try to do. We try to get to our goal, get to the green. And so this is great. We're really at the tournament here, Eric. Absolutely. Right? And we'll move to your left a little bit so we can see the gentleman who is setting up for the putt. This is what we love about golf. Golf is the opportunity to compete with yourself, to sometimes be with yourself.
Absolutely.
And take the time and have a target, have a goal, and make the putt. Let's see if he makes the putt. Right. Yes, he made it. Yeah. That's what we do. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And I'll tell you, there's a term they say that people drive for show and they putt for dough. You've got, at the end of the day, Tommie, you got to be able to put that ball in the hole, don't you?
Yes, indeed. Yes. Good folks. I was so happy about that. Not just he made the shot, but you were able to see what Eric and I love to do with one another. Right. It is coming out to play golf. Today we're playing in a golf tournament, right? And there's other golfers who are enjoying the same game that we. And we would like to invite you all, community, to enjoy life the way Eric and I enjoy life.
Absolutely. Our last point here is you got to enjoy the walk. Enjoy the walk. And what that means is that what Tommie and I were pointing out is all the beauty that God has created around a golf course. There are three types of holes in golf. There are par threes. That means that you have a shorter hole, you usually utilizing an iron, and you're trying to get the ball from the tee to in the hole in 3 shots. There are par fours, there are par fives. Par fives are the longer holes. You're trying to go from the tee box where you're driving the ball all the way to the hole in 5 shots or less. And so the thing that I was playing with some young guys one time with the West Club, and these guys, they're young guys. They hit the ball a long way, Tommie. But by the time we got to hole number 17, they were over 100. And they were just moping around. And we were coming around a curve at a casino. Beautiful course. And I asked the guys, I said, hey, guys, what do you see? They said, well, I see a sand trap and, bunkers and trouble. Well, hold on, man. No, take a look again. What do you see? There's plants. There's shrubbery. There's the sun is. I said absolutely. Yeah. In other words, Tommie and I are out here in a tournament, but the one thing that you can't take away from this day is the beauty of enjoying the fellowship with friends, enjoying the beauty of the course that we're playing on. The grass beneath your feet. It's just a beautiful place to be. The wind, the breeze that right now, if you just listen, you'll hear the leaves of the trees. And I'll tell you, community, I think that too often we're caught up with these gadgets and devices, and we're missing the walk through life. Sometimes we're on a sprint. We're trying to get to the next thing. We're trying to get to the next dollar. We're trying to make a living, and we're missing the journey. You don't want to find yourself here going from point A to point B and miss the quality of the journey.
Yeah, it says here, Eric, that the golf parallel to enjoy the walk is some of the best parts of the game happen between shots. The best parts, right? So it's the shot, and then it's the walk back to the cart, or if you're walking to the ball. You're having conversations with other golfers. If you're golfing by yourself, you're having a conversation with yourself, and then there's another shot, right? And so that's the proverbial. We have birth, and then we have death. But what's most important is the dash. Is the dash. So walk the walk, talk the talk, enjoy the walk. The lesson learned is don't rush past relationships, lessons, and moments here.
Community, we're going to wrap up a little bit early today because we got some preparation work that we need to do. What's the point here, Tommie?
And so the right question again, chiming in again. At the end of the day, all that really matters is that we were together. And we were.
Love that. Tommie and I were grateful that we were able to be here with you all to invite you into our life a little bit more and the things that we value. We're in Dayton, Ohio. We're here at Meadowbrook Golf Course. We're here to volunteer before the round gets started. But we thank you for joining us. And what we're saying to you this morning, I want to leave you with this. Don't define yourself in your life by your score. That means don't define yourself by your income. Don't define yourself by the kind of job that you have. Don't define yourself by the car you drive, the house you live in. You want to make sure that you define yourself by your purpose, what God has created you to do, and are you being the kind of person that's adding something to society versus taking something away?
I can't say any more than that. Again, thank you, community, for joining us. We're very honored and blessed to have you all wake up and Saturday morning. Sometimes it's another day morning or afternoon, but you all show up.
That's right.
And ready to have a conversation. Let's continue the conversation. So we say thank you for joining us on another installment of Diversity Conversations. Take care.
Take care now.